Glad to have you staying tuned. This is Business Breakfast. If you're just joining us live on iBrand Television, broadcasting live from our studios in Lagos. Now let's get talking now as we look at what's playing out at the Nigerian Exchange. Before we get down into analyzing the figures, let me tell you that the Nigerian Exchange Limited ended bearish on Tuesday to break 13 days of winning streak as the NGX All-Share Index fell by 1.50% to settle at 103,106.85 basis points. Meanwhile, the Nigerian equities market lost 856.17 billion naira from their overall investment as the market capitalization settled at 56.43 trillion naira respectively. Consequently, the year-to-date return decreased to 37.89%. More so, trading activities levels on NGX showed a negative trend with notable decreases in the total number of deals, traded volume and value. Like I said earlier, Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited, joins me now live virtually to look at some of these happenings at the NGX. Ambrose, it's a pleasure having you join me on the midweek edition of the program. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Ambrose, what do you have to say? We're seeing a second decline after 13 days of smiling to the bank at the NGX. What do you have to say, and what do you say? What would you say is the fundamentals driving this decline?
We, the investors, were not surprised in the market fully back. Yesterday, Wednesday, after 13 days of the market rally,
Yeah.
expected the market to pull back to create opportunity for people to buy low, also for people that enter early to pick their profit. And not forget that profit taking is part of market dynamics. You can't be making money seeing that as paper profit until you convert that paper profit to real profit that you can transfer for. That is where you are doing investment. We are not surprised that we think that investors took profit yesterday, and we believe that it will likely to continue to the end of the week because of what we're expecting that any season has entered its peak as we speak now. We saw yesterday that the first dividend announcement came from the review, paying 9 naira for the year ended 2023. For me, it's a good one. That means as the market move back, people that profit can come back now to buy at a new lower price ahead of what dividend season. For me, it is the part of market dynamics that every investor don't want to buy low after high, and also what will drive price to the future. Now that we're entering the end season, it is expected that this pullback will create opportunity for those designing and smart investors to enter new position for what? For dividend income.
All right, now let's look at some of the stocks that actually recorded a decline. What can you really say about them, and what actually led to this decline in those stocks?
The one that we saw some sell-off yesterday is not a sort of fundamental issue.
All right.
It's a sort of property, as I mentioned earlier. Therefore, you saw the backing contracts pulling back yesterday because it's also factors the sector that put the market up. We saw back like assets from as low as 9 naira, 10 naira to almost 30, 70. Then come back on this price around 25. We also saw the life of so you'll be moving from around 8 naira to almost 33 naira, 30. And coming down for me, it's part of the market. That's like there's no market anywhere in the world, they went in both direction. In this oscillation that creates, also that is the nature of the capital market. No market will also remain down. That means as investors that let your plan guide you, you know when to time the market. Timing and severity is part of the market. As far as anywhere in the world will have economic cycle, also have market cycle. There's a time for accumulation, there's a time for markup, there's a time for distribution, there's also a time for decline. Both in the economy have the time for expansion, the time for contraction. I'm not surprised that the market is in that move because it's expected.
It's midweek edition. It's midweek trading session at the exchange. What are you likely? What are your projections going by what you're seeing playing out at the NGX at this moment?
Like I said, I think we would like to see the profit taking lingering. We might not be as the magnitude that we saw yesterday in terms of loss today, but actually we see seller taking profit because most of the stocks have returned which profit for investors. Like I said earlier, the years to date have already more than 90% of the whole year of 2023. That means it generally alone has returned almost 40%. One year to 2023 is 45.9%. I'm not surprised that investors because anywhere in the world, one market are giving you the opportunity to take it. And not forget also, now that people are seeing profit taking, the earnings are coming down, whether there will be a real rebound or there will be a partial rebound. For me, investors should not panic or take one shot. Look at make money, cash out your money, they want to enter, look at company that has good history of investment and be buying to them before they start announcing their final results.
Before I let you go, Ambrose, can you give us bring us up to speed what's playing out in the fixed income market, and what also can you say about the commodities market? AFES has come out to say that the prices of maize and paddy rice are likely to experience an upward price hike this year. What do you have to say about this, and what could be the fundamentals of the rationale behind this increment?
Yeah, for the commodity market, it's clear that because of insecurity, and also people have access to farmland and people, they want to do fewer harvest at the end of the day. And when there is too much demand of having food supply, price will go. That is one question. But for the physical market, the bond market, I believe that it is the option rate retirement where it's so I on what NPC meeting on the last week of February. I believe that because the situation on the side, no amount of return you are making in physical market that will go above the threshold that you are seeing to where they come. So for physical market, and when they found the yield of dividend yield for capitalization, you see the market attractive. But for because I want to play safe, whether you diversify your portfolio, I'm not definitely know why you are in any instrument. Either fixed income, either commodity, other buying commodity or buying stock, know why you are in any asset. And also understand the assets you are investing is very, very important. Don't just invest into assets that you don't understand. That is important. Invest into it.
All right, so give us now your parting shots now to investors. How can investors actually position themselves for some winning streak at the NGX, despite what we are seeing, the kind of decline we were seeing in these past 2 days?
For people like me, I'm happy that the market is adjusting now. That will not be the possibility for new entrants. The only thing that for good investors or design investors, just wait for this pullback. But also not exactly what support level to jump back. The pullback is not to say that the market is going on, market is crashing. No, it's part and parcel of the market. It is this correction that creates opportunity to buy you. For me, it's a good news for the market that the market is correcting. Because if market continues to go not so, how will you buy in? But now I pull back, there are some stocks that their intrinsic value is very, very strong, and they are selling and putting that that means they are on stock research we're looking at as we speak now.
All right, we'll leave it at that. I'd like to say a big thank you to you, Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited, for your insight analysis always on the show as it regards capital markets activities and bringing them to the fore of our viewers who are also in prospective and also trading investors at the NGX. Thank you so much for your time. Have for yourself a wonderful day ahead.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Let's look at what's coming up next on the show. The inability of the Central Bank of Nigeria to convene the MPC, that's the Monetary Policy Committee meeting under its new leadership, has continued to generate concerns amongst analysts and stakeholders amid current macroeconomic hardship fueled partly by the removal of few subsidy, rising inflation, forex liquidity challenges, and the rising cost of funds in the economy. Now, analysts have come out to say that the president's leadership, led by Yemi Cardoso, need to do something urgently to ensure that Nigeria's economy do not lead to any form of recession. And finally, oil prices in the international market fell today as lockstar economic data in China, the world's biggest crude importer, weighed on demand sentiment, but prices were set for the first monthly gain since September as broadly Middle East conflict raised supply concerns. Let's get talking about this and many more after this time out. Please stay with us.